Shit, I didn't mean to start it already. Hey, Kevin. Sorry, I'm trying to fix my windows. They're all fucked up. There we go. Thanks for stopping by. You're gonna have to give me a second. I didn't quite mean to hit start broadcasting yet, but it'll only be a minute. I just need to grab a drink. Medici? You mean Mordecai? Can't hear anything. Now I can.
This just in is a load of bull. Jack doesn't have the balls to kill anybody whose arms ain't tied behind their back.
I hope you're right.
Hey, between you and me, it was...
How did it autocorrect to that? I didn't even know that was a word. Using an Italian iPad. Damn it. Oh, he's gone. Hey, Dan Bands. Sorry for not seeing you the first time. was that legendary grenade I had? A fire leech. Hey, Mike. Damn it. I failed. I hit square on it. Why is the loot so scrunched up into a little pile? It looks like someone threw it all... Ooh! Threw it down. Krieg's my favorite character. I just wish it wasn't such a pain in the ass to get the gear that's good on him. Specifically, Flame of the Firehawks. It's one of the reasons why I don't mind doing a bunch of other characters before finishing my Krieg, because I want to get different OP level Flame of the Firehawks for my Krieg. Because that'll make it so much better. Not having to fucking rely on other means to get fire damage.
I've seen better.
Yeah, sorry, I'm just doing it because my neighbors are being pretty damn loud. But no, I don't have any OPA characters, Mike. I know a lot about the game, I just suck at doing it by myself because I had the crutch of someone in my party being like a dedicated healer the first time I did everything. Damn it, Timmy. Timmy, you will die. Timmy doesn't deserve to live. Nobody gets the loot but me, and I don't even want 90% of it. Fuck, I keep fucking that up. I keep tossing my grenades too late. Fire rate. Damn it. He's resistant to it too. How many bullets can one snowman's head take? He should be a green snowman. Like, even if snow or / water is resistant to being corroded, you still shouldn't be able to take that many bullets in the head. That's why I always liked Fallout's limb damage system. Because even though something might not be dead, it'll be severely damaged in the limb that you shot it in. Now, I understand Borderlands will never do that just because Gearbox has always been the company who's like, we don't want to copy anyone unless it's blatant references. I mean, Gearbox's story was... I say Gearbox's. Borderlands' story was originally going to be a little bit different than it turned out. The characters were also going to be different originally. Not many people probably know this, but Lilith was originally going to look like Steel from the first game. Can't English. Commandant Steel. Commandant. Such a fucking weird word. But yeah, her model was originally going to be the pasty model that she has, but they scrapped that at some point in development and gave that to Steel. Which Steel's special ability, albeit her like siren special ability, was really, really dumb and lackluster anyways. At least when you compare it to Lilith's or Maya's or there's another siren that is in the comics only, but her ability is like to be able to control creatures or animals and stuff like that. Like she can control the native fauna of Pandora and stuff like that. The first game's way more balanced than this game though. And that game has way more versatile weapons. Like you can get explosive sniper rifle. It's not 2 weapons in the game sort of thing. It's an actual category of weapons in that, so they're pretty common. That and assault rifles are really good. The only bad thing about it is unless you play it on PC, you're going to be stuck with 70 FOV. I'm not even joking. The FOV on all the console versions of the game is this. Haven't you ever wanted to play this? That's why whenever you look at Borderlands 1 videos from back in the day, it always looks like the characters run really slow, even though they don't. It's just because the game has really, really low FOV in comparison to Borderlands 2, which I think has either 80 or 90 as a default. I don't know. I'm so used to playing it on this. Oh, it's really bad. Like I said, if you go look at original footage of the game, when you're looking at like hip firing a bandit, it looks like you're zoomed in on their face in comparison to this game because of how much more zoomed in that game is than this game is. Because the characters actually don't move that much faster or slower for that sake. Most things are around the same from the games when it comes to at least like character movement. Hell, I think it's really funny that they just scrapped a lot of the old weapon archetypes, but kept some of them in. And in that game, dots are a lot stronger. In Borderlands 1, dots are stupidly strong because they stack on top of each other and reset their own timer. Unlike this game where the dots can stack, but they stack independently of one another. So you don't get nearly as much potential as you would, because you could stack a dot up to the point where it was dealing like 100,000. I'm just ballparking it. I can't remember the damage numbers that well of endgame Borderlands 1, but you could stack up a lot of dot damage on certain enemies. You didn't even need the gun to deal that much damage. Weapons in Borderlands 1 also had different element. Like, I don't know what you would call it, like element quality. Or like elemental chance. Like on the element thing on its card, it would show that it was shock, and then it'd have a little number next to it, like ×1 or ×2, and it would go up to ×4, and that would determine how often the effect would proc and how effective it was. And it was the same even for explosive weapons. Because explosive weapons didn't deal a consistent set amount of explosive damage like they do in this game. They would have a chance to deal much, much higher damage. And that's why people loved explosive sniper rifles in that game, because sometimes you just shoot a guy in the head and it just insta-kill them and their head would pop off and fly 30 feet into the air. Because Borderlands 1 is also a lot more gory than these games. Than 2 in the pre-sequel. Borderlands 1 has individual limb dismemberment even after the person is already dead. So you can shoot a dead corpse and shoot its legs and heads off and stuff like that. Again, more akin to like Fallout and stuff like that. There's a lot of weird quirks about that game that were just exiled in the second one. And yeah, corrosion functioned like slag in Borderlands 1. It debuffed the enemy and make them take damage from, I think, all sources, including corrosive guns themselves. But I can't actually remember. It might have been like slag in normal mode in this game, where it doesn't give a self buff, but gives buff to other guns. It wasn't super game breaking though, and you didn't need it on most enemies in that game, because that game was well balanced. Most guns later on in the game could still 1 to 2 shot enemies. No problem. Especially things like explosive shotguns. Those were really, really good. The Ajax, I think it was called. I'm not really trying to play with anyone right now, so... Sorry, bloody monster. Well, that's because it really was. And when you had the right class... it was an ogre class mod, but there were different variants of it. You wanted the variant that gave you shotgun ammo regeneration. And then you could just constantly use your shotgun. And most of the time you wouldn't even have to worry about picking up ammo. You just would keep going. Or if you started to run out of ammo on your shotgun, you just swap to the burst launcher and just launcher some enemies down for a little bit. Because launchers in that game, you had higher max ammo. Oh, huh? There you go. That hit him. I know, he could move out of the way. I can't aim when I do that. Just like double shot. That's how you do the most DPS on characters that don't have the ability to hold two guns. I was practicing it earlier when I was doing a little bit of the Axton I have. Just shoot it all out of ammo. Fuck, I keep fucking it up. You can shoot 2 shots so fast, back to back. Doesn't really work when you're gunzerking though. You have to... And there's no point to doing it on Salvador again. Way more useful on characters that can only hold one gun. Because Salvador can just get so much fire rate with it, there's no point. God damn it. I still need to practice it more though. It increases the effectiveness of the sword's explosion like 3-fold. God damn it. There we go. Got carried to OPA. I don't like being carried. I don't get gratification out of being high level if I didn't get there myself. The only things I don't ever really feel that bad about are duping like Sandhawks and things like that, especially on console, because you just get so fucked when you try to farm for one and you can only ever get one at a time. You know what? Why am I doing this? We can probably just get straight to OP2. Do we want 2 on? No. I still have not gotten a good second wind launcher though. That's the worst part. Is not having a second wind launcher. I really, really needed. I'm sure I can beat it without it, but I'm gonna need it in the future once I get up a couple OP levels. I need at least 1 corrosive Topnia. Just 1. Just to make me feel a little bit better. I don't think Tanis was impressed by my double shot moves. What did I hit? Oh, I hit Jack's standee. Here's where the fun starts. What am I doing? Just kill the thing. Oh, you're dead already. The other one died so fast, I wasn't even expecting it to still be alive after I shot at it a couple times. Well, it died to the grog nozzle. That's a thing. I wonder if someone's done a peak run with Salvador with just a grog nozzle. Put a grog nozzle in one hand and a ruby in the other. Oh, well, that was a dumb thing to do. It's not like the handedness the guns are in matters with the grog nozzle and the herald. Good path. You have good pathing installed into your interior AI. Oh, that's not a thing that we want. Was that badass guaranteed, or was that a random badass? Oh, wait, whoa. That's right. I got the double fastballs now, and it doesn't do jack crap. Because I'm not a character with grenade damage. If you compare that to the amount of damage that Axton would deal with a single grenade, that's actually ridiculous. If I was Axton, this grenade would be one-shotting these enemies. If they were slag.
Done well so far, but the gauntlet is not yet complete. Continue that I may record your screams of confusion and irritation for my later entertainment. Seeing Jack's likeness destroyed fills me with a joy I usually reserve for watching children fall down and hurt themselves.
Something's got a gun. That's gonna suck. Fuck! Salvador's OP until the second he becomes a normal character, and then he's not. Then he's just a character that deals a lot of damage on the last shot of his magazine. And that's about it. Do I have a bone on? I do. I have a corrosive bone on and it's still not killing that. No. See, that's what I expect right there, is the one shot. It's a freaking fastball, for crying out loud. Look at that AI, dude. Slag. Slag's off. Slag's back on. Slag on, slag off.
The Spider-Man's armor is made of a mixture of chitin and mucus.
If you're wondering why I used the normal one instead of the E-Tech, is I wanted to conserve a little bit of ammo. Because it'll still do about just as good of damage when no kill like overkill procs. Nope. And you need to stop existing as well. Oh boy. Hi, butt. Bye, butt. The corrosive TDO or SMGs, like I said, they're one of my favorite things to bring to the peak. Even if it's just a normal one. Especially, I mean, again, I keep saying Axton, but that is the character that you should use these on more than probably Salvador. Some people say Axton is probably the worst character, and he is when it comes to just, I guess you'd say, the general fun of gameplay, but he's actually the most OP rating character because of the fact he can boost TDO reload chucking so high. He has the fastest kills for most of the raid bosses in the entire game, except for like the dragons of destruction and stuff like that. He is by far one of the most broken in that regard. He has like a 1.5 second kill on OP8 Terramorphous. So It's like, it's either 1.5 or 2.5. It's something ridiculous.
The Spider-Man's armor is made of a mixture of chitin and mucus.
But it's like I say to anyone, there's a reason why Axton and Zero are like two of the most played characters, even though it's actually Axton first, Maya second. And then I think Gage is third after she was released, but before she was released it was definitely I think it was Salvador for a while. But that was only during one... That was many, many years ago, so... I would love to see if those statistics still hold up to this day when people know way more about the characters. Because I know a lot of people played Axton first, and myself included, because he had a turret. At least the first time I played by myself, I played with Axton. And my, like, entire reasoning was, and I assume it's a lot of other people's reasoning for also choosing Axton, is he's got a turret, so that means I'm not getting shot at. And it kills people for me. That was my entire reasoning. Was it's basically having a shitty AI teammate, is what a turret is. You could technically call Zero's deception a form of a turret, it just doesn't shoot people. But you can make it explode, so there's that. Because, I mean, I understand it's more of a stealth thing, but that's very seldomly what you'll use deception as. Most of the time you're using it in a manner that benefits you killing an enemy. And you're throwing it right out in the middle of combat so that it draws fire. Like if I was Zero, throw deception out that way, run around over here, and come and snipe this dude from the backside. Of course, I'm not Zero. But I'd use his deception in very much the same way that I use the turret. The only difference is with the turret is you can throw the turret a lot farther and you can put it in spots. Like, say, this guy right now, he's attacking me. If I was Axton, I could throw my sticky longbow turret up onto the wall there. It would shoot down, distract him, and I would be able to come in from behind and shoot him in its critical. Axton has a lot of benefits. And there are people who call that skill useless when the fact like the fact is that the ability for his turrets to be able to fly and stick onto walls is like the best ability in the game, hands down, for utility. If it wasn't for Maya existing, it would probably be that, because you would just use it for the same purpose. Especially if it's a melee enemy, because even melee enemies will try to attack the turret when it's out of reach. They'll just sit there and do a melee attack into the wall. There's a lot of different things you can do with that ability. That's more than just the purpose of it being a gun. Because, I mean, the fact it's a gun and the fact it slag things, I honestly think is second to what it actually does. It's a lot more important, especially in higher level play in this game, for the player to have an ability to have just a, like a breath of air, I guess you'd say. No kill like overkill? Thanks. Huh? I just wish he didn't have so many skills that gave him melee damage when you can't make a melee Axton build anymore. There actually used to be a way to make a melee Axton build back when 50 was the maximum. Using stuff like the Hide of Terramorphous and other things. But it was all based on your gear, because your skill tree was giving you very, very little actual melee damage in comparison to an actual melee dedicated character. Like a melee Axton would hit for like half, if not a quarter of what a Zero would have, even back at level 50. And back at level 50, Zero was one of the strongest characters. Just in terms of the different builds he could do. You could do the sniper build, which could hit one of the highest hitting shots in the game. Or you could do the melee build, which was like the best for killing just normal mobs, because it one-shot pretty much everything. Nothing lived to Zero.
Keeping with laws of drama, however, I have saved the most difficult task for last.
Yeah. There were people who did it back in the day. It's like how people did melee Mordecai in Borderlands 1 endgame. It was something you could only do when your character was max level, and it still wasn't very good. It was just one of those things that you could be like, oh cool, I can kill something with melee in a couple hits with this build. Because I mean, it killed things in like 2 to 3 hits when you had your shield down. Because Axton has like 2 to 3 skills that buff melee damage. 2 skills in his middle skill tree and 1 skill in his left skill tree, if I remember right, or something like that. The one where when his shields are down, it gives him more damage and shit, that's the one. That one gives increased melee damage as well as gun damage. And then he has one that just gives gun damage and melee damage again, which is called Impact. And then he has one that gives melee, gun damage, and grenade damage all at once. That's gonna fuck me. Yep, I knew it. I fucking reload glitched. Oh my god, I could have made it too. Fuck! Oh, Marauders. Like, I would have just thrown 2 fastballs there and that guy would have been dead. But no. Salvador's OP. Obviously. I love when people say that and then they act like it's just the be-all end-all of any situation when it absolutely is not, and other characters could have done something better in that same exact situation. With Krieg, I could have rampaged, or I could have had elemental empathy on and been healing from the damage for way more, or I could have had Zero and Deception that out of there. I could have done a lot of different things with a lot of different characters. But the only thing I could do with Salvador is just stand there and eat shit while my cooldown was up. And I have pretty much everything to get my Gunzerk to cool down as fast as I possibly can. Oops. If I die again, I might need to respec a little bit. I think it's fair to say that my build is a little bit unoptimal for doing the peak. I need to get this maxed out. This maxed out. I need to take points out of this and put them into this. And that's probably it. Everything else is fine. Try not to spend too much ammo. What the hell? Why is my... What the hell? My computer wasn't charging. There we go. Or my laptop, I should say. wondered why it kept going to screensaver every 4 minutes. Oh, it's just another stair. Is that a Ravager? No, it wasn't. A single barrel.
Ah, spider ants, the most unimaginatively named of Pandora's beasts. As is so often the case in life, my advice is to aim your butt. Armor is made of a mixture of chitin and mucus.
Look at that HP we're doing, dude.
The Incinerator clan killed Scorch for being a heathen. As gods tend to do, however, he respawned. Remember that unlike many I have encountered on Pandora, robots can lose a limb and continue to fight without screaming profanity and demanding why I need their shin bones so badly.
I don't have any other shields other than the bead. That's great.
These probes are outfitted with a more primitive version of the Digistruct technology this gauntlet is built on, because I'm smarter than Jack.
Fucking reload glitch. I hate that shit so much. I love how they never ever patched that shit. All it does is punish people who don't hold down the fucking triggers.
Saw a series of camouflaged explosives hidden in the combat garden.
Fucking god. Fucking ion loaders. A crock of shit.
Of reprogramming Innuendo Bot to corral these loaders into the gauntlet.
Oh my god, and that glitch too. That's a great glitch.
Overpower upgrade in your possession. You will be able to change the strength of your enemies at will. You'll be like a god. Though, no, maybe that isn't the right word. Designer, perhaps?
I'm gonna die from fire dot. Nope, thank you, XP loader. Experience loader. I think that's what everyone thinks at first. And then they're like, oh yeah, explosion loader. Oh my god, would you fly in a normal pattern? Holy fuck, why are all of my flying enemies like this whenever I fight them? They're always like that. It doesn't matter where, when, or how I fight it. It always does some weird, funky, dumb bullshit that it doesn't do with anyone else. Fucking annoys the crap out of me so much. I fucking hate flying enemies. It's just like the fucking stupid ancient dragons flying into the goddamn wall. Like, who the fuck programmed that? You think you could have made the arena just a little bit bigger if your boss is flying into the fucking wall with its terrible programming you fucking copy and pasted from a goddamn jet loader? Fucking lazy pieces of garbage. I bet the devs would be like, how do you know? Unlike most other games which try to create unique animations for different things, or at least adjust an animation to change it and make it look different, Borderlands isn't one of those things. So you can blatantly tell what models share the same base model as another thing. Just by the way the model acts and how it flies or interacts with the environment. It's just like how glitches are stalkers. They're just reskinned. Glitches are stalkers. Boroks are just stalkers again. Well, just, again, they do have a little bit of uniqueness to them, but most of their shit is, again, just fucking lifted from some other base model that they already had in the game. is what they do with a lot of things.
Hyperion hitmen are masters of disguise, even altering their voice and speech patterns to exactly match the bandits they emulate.
Fucking reload glitch. Why does it always happen to me here? Just holding down the triggers, not letting go. Don't let go of the triggers. You get punished. You get spanked by the game devs if you let go of the triggers.
Now wash the metaphorical blood from your hands. The gauntlet is complete.
Thanks. Thanks for the purple. Now we're gonna have to go onto my Krieg real quick and put some OP2 stuff into the bank. But first I need to take shit out of the bank onto one of my characters. So we'll just go with my Axton for a second. Go to my secret stash and take the stuff out of there on him. I'm using the best head and skin, by the way. There's no other better combination. This is the best looking Axton you will ever get. Look at that smile. This is my favorite. That's me on a good day. Fun fact, Roland originally wasn't going to be a black dude. But they changed it to meet the black quota. Not even joking. I am joking about the black quota part, but I'm not joking about the fact they changed him from a white dude who looked more like Axton into that guy that we know as Roland now. Or we knew as Roland because he's dead. Roland was originally going to look like what Axton looks like, sort of. Which is, I guess, sort of why they reused that concept for Axton himself. Oh, I can't get into the secret stash. See, that's what I was talking about, where this is... It's a lot better on characters who can only fire I don't know why it keeps staying on my rocket launcher. Why does it keep doing that? Son of a ditch witch. I'm aggravating myself. It's how you can turn a normal unkempt herald into a Deepa. Oh. Sorry. I've been trying to get good at it so I can also, so it's muscle memory by the time I go to implement it into my rocket jumping. Because you can actually get up some pretty ridiculous heights, even on normal characters. My other Kriegs. I was gonna say, I haven't really played them for a couple years, but then again, I remembered that I loaded onto them to take the bees off of them when I originally started playing my other characters. Why do people do that? Like, who are you promoting to? My stream is dead, and I'm pretty sure the people who are watching my stream are not gonna go to mafiaaddict.com. Just saying, dude. Hey, look what it is. It's a flacker and a fwapanukum. I should put that in the secret stash. What do you mean? Join mafiaaddict.com? You really gonna put yourself through that virus website? I always wanted a virus website. Just like, man, I'm used to make. Man. See, this is the plasma caster I was talking about that I had found. Welcome back, Dan Dams. No, man, sorry, I'm not even trying to play on my Krieg. I'm trying to get stuff out of my bank that's OP2 and put it into the secret stash so that when I get back on my Salvador and OP2, I can use that stuff. Because I have a OP2 B shield, if I remember right. The OP2 Monstrous Storm, a pitchfork, a level 50 Flame of the Firehawk. Which one's better? This one.
Want to break some stuff?
Somebody.
Call dibs on
Oh, wrong way.
Yes, 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 yes.
But you were talking about Krieg's raving rants. Those are one of my favorite things in the game. I was really disappointed when they removed that. I can't even remember how it goes. But I love the one where he says all P words. Hold on, I'm gonna look it up. Pitiful people prepare, plead plentifully, plentiful platitude, phenomenal patriot pounds, poundingly perverse puppets pulping pleasantly putrid pasties. Krieg's one of the best voice acted characters. Blood Concerto. Wait. Do I have another Deepa? I forgot to check. I don't think I saw one in my bank, but I'll take the one off my Krieg. What's this one? That's OP3. I don't think I have another one. I think the other one I had I already gave to my Salvador. Nope. If you wanted to know fun gameplay facts about Krieg, if you sprint before you go into Raving Retribution, or not Raving Retribution, Buzz-Axe Rampage, you will actually go faster than if you had just walked and go into Buzz-Axe Rampage. Because it multiplies your speed upon using it. It doesn't just make you run at sprint speed. Even though that's what it does when you... The way it multiplies it, when you're going normal speed and use it, it'll just make you run at sprint speed. But if you're already sprinting and then you use it, you go faster. It's weird. Don't ask me how that works that way. Oh fuck, I wasn't paying attention to my screen. I just hit X twice. Fucking dildo. Fucking dildweeb. What is double O the speed? I don't even remember what I said. Oh, the Buzz Axe Rampage thing, yeah. It doesn't double the speed, but it's like some weird percentage-based nonsense. If you have, for example, 2 Kriegs Buzz Axe Rampage, one next to each other, one that just walks and does it, one that sprints and does it, the one that sprints and does it will outrun the one who just normally does it after like a couple feet. It's a substantial enough difference that you can notice it side by side before the activation skill is over. I think Admiral Barr did a video on it, if you wanted to have it explained more properly than just having my, like, second-hand shitty explanation explain it. Oh, I don't know what's wrong with me right now. I can't keep my brain focused on my objective, which is to trade stuff into the secret stash to then get on the Salvador to make the Salvador not a weak piece of shit with underleveled guns, because that's what most of the guns in my inventory are right now. And in order to compensate, you need a good B shield. I do have an inventory full of goodies, though. Now we have a storm front, throwing 2 storm fronts at once. You can sell that leech. We'll never need it now. You can sell this nukem. Whatever. Bye-bye. It's just a pearl. I've gotten about like 60 of those at this point, dude. Yeah, I have to sell this Hornet as well. It's just not good enough. And see you later. And see you later too, dude. Just clean out this inventory. Look at this. Look at this shop inventory. Look at this. People wish they had this in their inventory. People wish they had to choose to sell a nukem. Or to sell a sword explosion. Of course, I'm just being a facetious douche nozzle right now. I had my B shield on. You didn't see that. That didn't happen. That wasn't a thing that happened. You're dreaming right now. It's a pretty shit dream, to be honest. No. I'm an ass hunter. And you're not walking around me, boy. out of you, kid. The same Zafford dude. Every dude is the same dude. Except for you. Your face is just like... Who did that? Who did that? Like, his face is so much higher poly than this poor woman's face over here. I'm sorry, I guess they felt you didn't deserve enough polygons. Hey, let me get a good look at you. Nice. I'm sorry that they had to skimp on the polygons for you. Good. See, it's like it never happened. No one saw what happened because it didn't happen. You know what I mean? It just didn't happen. You thought it happened, but it didn't. Well, I mean, fuck, like a single Borderlands gun is like 10 to 15,000 polygons. And that's not even an exaggeration. I think actually Borderlands 2s are like 15,000 to 20,000. Borderlands 1, however, they were like around 10,000. Of course, it's a rough estimate because some would have slightly more, some would have slightly less. Like pistols normally would have less polygons than, say, like an assault rifle. Because there were more edges and contours on the assault rifle that you had to account for. I don't know, basic video game stuff. It's like, how many polygons could a tiny little object possibly have that isn't just a circle? Because, I mean, no matter what video game it is, even today, there's no such thing as a circle in the actual game's programming. Even though the texture is that of a... Well, I keep saying circle, I obviously mean sphere. But there's no, like, perfect sphere in video games yet. Unless you're doing a, like, a test environment for something like that. And the specific thing that you're testing is how, like, how round can you get an object in a computer simulation, and even then it would still just be a ton of skeletons. Like, it'd just be a giant skeleton rig model that would still, it'd be like a dodecamillionhedron, or whatever you want to call it. It's a 3 billion sided object. Because it'll still have flat faces. We haven't came up with the ability to dynamically create spheres that is efficient. Got my ogre. If you've never had the ogre in Borderlands 2, it's pretty much exactly what I have in my right hand, just with a different skin and way higher ammo capacity. What the hell? Hey, look. Practicable crowdsourcing. I was like, will that even do damage? There we go. Oh my god, I knew it. I saw it was a Tediore, and I was like, you gotta be fucking joking me. I didn't say anything because I didn't want it to be, but it was. Fucking god damn it. This is all your fault, Timmy. Time to die. Come on, little one. Time to die. What? Horse shit. Is there something wrong with the charger on my... Yeah, my charger is all fucked up on my computer now, for whatever reason. I can't get it to charge anymore. I don't know what's wrong with it. Yeah, something's wrong with my laptop. I don't know, it might be. I don't know how it would be though. It like will charge for like a second. It keeps saying plugged in, not charging. I don't know, I'm trying to get it to work. God damn it. Here, I'm gonna restart it. Apparently, there's a cooling fan that's damaged. It doesn't feel hot, though. I don't know why. Well. Is it even safe to run it? I can't even see chat now, so I'm gonna have to look at it through here. Yeah, that's what it said. It said a cooling fan wasn't working right. Even though my laptop's not hot. It's not like it's overheating or something. I've had laptops that got way hotter than this before. So I don't know why it would be a problem. And I don't know why it would cause the battery to stop charging. Weird. Yeah, apparently now it can't charge. Something happened to it that made it just not able to charge anymore. In the last, like, I don't know, 2 hours. I'm sorry this turned into I have technical issues stream. I might just end the stream. I'm gonna do that and try and figure out what's wrong with my computer. Sorry, everyone. I'll be back later. I'll let everyone know if my computer is alright. Peace out.